Unleashed. Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Matt Demaz here, and welcome to episode 9 of the Matt Demaz Unleashed podcast. So, if you haven't guessed by the title of this video and the thumbnail and the image in the video, I'm going to be talking about the new Eminem album. Well, not so much brand spanking new at this point, but it's been out for a while. It's been out since January 17. I actually remember, so one of my friends who always messages me when shit's going down, he's like the guy that lets me know when, stuff's happening. Literally about 10 minutes after the album dropped, he sent me a message saying, new Eminem album's leaked or released, whatever you want to say. And I'm like, okay, cool, I might listen to it later. So, it was pretty late at night, I believe, here or something. I don't know exactly when, but I went and listened to the album, and my first initial impression was, okay, this definitely sounds more like an Eminem album. It's not like Kamikaze. It's not like Revival. Definitely not like Revival. There's definitely more structure there, It feels like the songs are actually structured pieces of music and lyricism, I don't know how to explain it. It just feels like this album is a lot more cohesive and more consistent, I believe. It's really interesting. So you've got the intro track of this album where it's just girl getting murdered, ha ha ha. But then, this hook kicks in with some girl singing, and then it's like, damn, Eminem just fucking goes absolutely ham. Like, the whole verse is basically him flexing, but it's like, oh wow, he's talking about how he got bad scores here and there. It kind of reminded me a little bit of the stuff he was talking about on King Mathers, where I don't know, I forget. No way, it was on Relapse. Yeah, one of the songs on Relapse, he was talking about how he was getting uncool, good or free, or something like that. It kind of reminded me of like that, or whatever he said. But yeah, and then I'm like, okay, he's just flexing, meh. But then all of a sudden, we get this song with I think it's Young M.A. or whatever it is, and he's doing his thing. I didn't really care much for Young M.A., honestly. I mean, I didn't think he was terrible. It was kind of like, eh. And then, again, Eminem just comes in and just goes absolutely ballistic. And I'm like, okay, I'm paying attention, I'm paying attention. My ears perked up a little bit. I'm like, okay. And then, the next song, I think it's You Gon' Learn with Royce to 5'9", the hook, and Royce just went absolutely berserk on his verse. I'm really impressed with Royce, man. He's like one of the few rappers Eminem has ever worked with that's been consistently good throughout his entire career, for the most part. 99% of the time, or 95% of the time, he's just been killing it. And man, Royce, man, he's got such a great rapping voice. There's just something about it. It just sticks in your head, I love it. I really love that beat. Production is very good. These features, man, are some of the best features I've heard in a long time for an Eminem project. And then, after that, there was some interlude, I believe, or whatever it was. And then the next track with These Kind of Nights, it actually was with Ed Sheeran, and I'm like, I didn't really, it wasn't awful. Next track, it's just another love song. I didn't really think much of it. It's Godzilla that really got me going. Okay, well, fuck, Eminem's back. Godzilla has to be one of the best songs in recent history from his catalog. He absolutely murdered Godzilla. Godzilla is a great Eminem song. It's really good lyrics, very good lyric delivery, everything. Beat's kind of weird, but and Juice Wrld is also on the track, which is interesting. I'm wondering when that joint was recorded, probably recently, before he died. So, And then Darkness come on. I think it was about the Las Vegas shooter. I'm like, yeah, you're a bit late on that, Eminem, Because I saw the music video, it's, and then it had like a message at the end of it, and it's like, when will this end, when people start to care, register to vote, and then, it's like, make your voice heard to help change gun laws in America. It's like, oh, come on, man, don't do this. You're gonna piss people off. I don't like it when he goes overly political like that. It just kills the vibe. I just want some good, a good subtle message. But I do believe Darkness isn't as over the top as some of the songs from Revival. So I'll at least give him credit for that, but it's still the same, I don't know. And then there was a Skylar Grey song, I think. And it was kind of, I just kind of skimmed down to it. It was the next track, where I'm like, ooh, yeah. That was such a hype beat. I remember Royce absolutely murdering it. And Stepdad. It's definitely something. I really like the beat on that track, if it, but it's kind of like, I don't know. It kind of feels a little bit weird. But the flow in Stepdad definitely reminds me of some Eminem show stuff, so, pretty cool, I guess. I like it when he raps with a really smooth flow like that. So, definitely get some Eminem show vibes from that song. Yeah. But yeah, that song's pretty cool, I guess. Alchemist actually lent a hand with production with that track, which is pretty interesting. So sweet. So basically, I do feel like this album is probably one of his better albums of post comeback. It's definitely up there with Relapse. I really, so far these tracks have been really impressive. Marsh, I get a Relapse vibe, sort of. But he's still got like the modern flow going on, which is interesting. Never Love Again, I kind of skipped over that. I didn't really listen to it much. Little Engine, I don't know what to think of Little Engine. Kind of sounds like it's just another one of those tracks where it's just, just going ham, and I do like that hook though. It's kind of interesting, not gonna lie. I do feel like it's a throwback to his classic style, which is cool. So, now locking up with Anderson Paak is kind of another one of those songs where it's like, oh, cool, you got Andy on the track, and it's like, it definitely sounds pretty cool. I like the really chill vibe to the beat, The mixing's kind of weird, though. I kind of feel like they really compressed Eminem's vocals. Eminem's definitely got like a really nice flow on that strong song as well. And Farewell, I don't know about that song, honestly. I didn't really like it that much, but No Regrets has a really cool like guitar like thing going on there, which is interesting. I Will with King Crooked, Royce Fada, it is basically a Slaughterhouse reunion somewhat, I guess. I don't know. There's no Joe Budden. And the Alfred intro, and then this is the outro. So overall, I do think this album is definitely a step up from Revival. maybe a little bit of a step up from Kamikaze, although I did like Kamikaze. I feel like this album, technically, lyrically, structurally, uh, is superior. I mean, that's just my opinion, but I do like this album. But a lot of the songs, there are some songs on here I don't care for, but this is definitely a decent record from Eminem, and it's good to see that he is, you know, going back to making decent music for a change. You know, it's good to see him go back and, you know, get back in the studio and rip some verses. So yeah, it was definitely a surprise to see this album come out, and you know, but yeah, I don't know. I've always been a fan of Eminem ever since I was a kid. When I first heard Marsh LP back in like, when was the first time I heard it? I mean, I saw Stan on television like in 2001 and all that, and you know, D12 and all that stuff. And you know, I've always been a fan, but I'm not as big a fan now as I was when I was younger, but I still check up on him. You know, you know, if someone sends me a message saying there's a new Eminem album, I'm like, woo! You know, I jump all over that, you know, even though I'm kind of just meh at this point when it comes to him. But I still respect him as a musician. He's definitely got a very strong work ethic. He definitely he loves what he does, otherwise he wouldn't be doing it still, you know. But yeah, you know, ever since you know, I was a kid, I always listened to his music to get me through a lot of crap I was going through, you know, because I could relate so much to his lyrics. You know, I lived vicariously through him. Like, you know, when I was angry, I would get, you know, I'd turn on, you know, one of his angry songs and just vibe to it. And it relaxed me. It made me feel better, you know, because it felt like I had someone who shared my raw emotion, you know. It's as cringe as it sounds. As weird as it sounds, it's basically how a lot of people feel about his older music. I do believe he was a lot more self-aware when he was younger. I mean, there's no question about that. But I don't know. I kind of feel like he was a lot more intricate with his work when he was younger. I wouldn't say he's not self-aware now, but I mean, back in the day, his music was so perfect. You know, he was such a perfectionist. And it sucks to see him put out an album like Revival. It's like, damn, dude, what are you doing? You know, it really bummed me out. And, you know, but, end of the day, you know, he bounced back. He put out Kamikaze. Now this album is like, fuck yeah, man. You know, he's starting to get back on track, and that's good. So. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the album. Don't have much else to talk about. I'm sure you guys are aware of the whole Kobe Bryant thing at this point. Kind of sad. But yeah. It's kind of cool though that we just got a surprise Eminem album out of nowhere. Makes me very happy. Anyway, guys, yeah, that's basically my thoughts about the album. Sorry, this episode's kind of short, but I mean, it's kind of, when you talk about Eminem, it's kind of self-explanatory, you know. It is what it is, you know. But yeah, I'm pretty much done here. I will, yeah. So, thanks for watching and listening, and I'll see you guys later. Take care.